All right. Well, joining me now is Congressman Keith Self, a Republican from Texas. Congressman, help me out here. Why are the senators concerned about funding Tickle Me Ahmed, the Sesame Street in Iraq? I don't get that.
Well, I don't either, but frankly, the Senate doesn't want to cut anything, and they understand this sets a precedent. If we cut this, then, and frankly, this is a test case. And while I hate to argue with the majority leader in the Senate, it's 1/2 of 1/10 of 1% of the discretionary spending, which is only 26% of the budget. So this is pocket change, but it will set a precedent in the Senate that they can pass some rescissions. Look, President Trump campaigned on this. Many people campaigned on this. This is promises made, promises kept. The Senate needs to do its job.
Yeah, by the way, Congressman, Senator John Kennedy out of Louisiana says, quote, I think if the Republicans in the U.S. Senate do not pass the rescissions package, after all the rhetoric about reducing spending, then they should hide their head in the bag. What say you?
Well, I say that these PEPFAR rescissions that you mentioned earlier in the program, it's supposed to be curing HIV, cutting down on HIV, but the rescissions include these three things. $3 million for circumcision, vasectomy, and condoms in Zambia. $5.1 million to strengthen the resilience of LGBTI and Q global movements. Almost $1 million for transgender people, sex workers, their clients, and sexual networks in Nepal. What in the world are we supporting a sexual network for?
Look, these are great questions, Congressman. And again, we just need, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Thune just needs 51 votes, a simple majority, and he can't get all the Republicans on. This is a Republican issue here.
It is. It's a Republican issue from the president to the House to the Senate. The Senate needs to do its job again and pass the entire $9.4 billion so that we can set the stage for even more rescissions, because the president's not going to stop there. We've got a lot of fraud, waste, and abuse. And remember, that's what this cuts. Fraud, waste, and abuse in the rescission packages.
Congressman, real quick, I know Congressman A. Biggs was on my radio show earlier today. He is very concerned this could have big blowback in the midterms if Senate Republicans do not pass this. What say you?
Well, the Senate is considered safe, and that may be why they're doing this. The House, we've done our job. I want to assure the American people that the House will continue to do our job on fraud, waste, and abuse with the rescission packages. The Senate is considered safe, and if you're not in danger, they may just not vote for it.
Wow. All right, Congressman, very sobering words, and I certainly hope that the Republican senators watching are listening. Congressman, thank you very much for that. Appreciate it.